Okay, today's adventure is going to be a little arrowhead searching. I'm sure this field's been hit hard, but you know, it's such a lovely day, even though it's cloudy, that I just got to get out and try anyway. Sometimes you get lucky on fields. This has been a good field, not so good lately because there's others that really enjoy this too, but here's kind of a sign that I'm in the right place. That is a flake, a chip of Onondaga chert. And as a flint knapper, I can read this flake like a book. This is where the platform was that he hit, struck with either a hammerstone, which I'm thinking, or an antler or a hard piece of wood. Drove that flake off to shape a stone into hopefully a knife or a arrowhead, whatever. So, good sign. I think I'll just go slow and see what else shows up. If I find anything else, I'll be back. Well, here's an interesting piece. I saw it laying like this, and of course I had to stop and check it out. And when I did, I don't know how well you're going to see this, but there's a pit right there. This was used as a pitted stone. Now, this may have been part of a pestle, hard to say, or it could have been just used as an anvil stone or some other type of task that they needed stones like this for. So I think I'll take that along. That's kind of cool. But find number 2. That's all right. Hopefully we'll find an arrowhead, but I don't expect to. But chances are good I might. So I'll be back if I do. I always like finding these. It's a, hope that focuses. It's a glass button, and that's from the late 1840s, early 1850s, because on this site I've found a few coins right here, and I see in glass and all kinds of things. So this definitely is something from that time period, and I like finding them. So I chalk that one up as a victory to find that little 4-hole glass button. And I'm going to keep my eyes really peeled here because there's a lot of neat things sticking out of the ground. So I'll be back on if I can find something else. Another historic artifact, a little piece of pipe stem here. Well, that's a thin one too. But more evidence that people were here in the 1800s, and pretty sure I know why. But that's a cool find. So we'll add that to today's collection. I'm pretty sure this is a preform because it looks to me like they started working on this piece. It's not the typical gray Onondaga, but it's a little more weathered out with limestone. But it looks like it was starting to go bad on them. And they just threw it back down and said, I got a better chunk of rock. And maybe they used it for something, one-time use, who knows. Stories do tell a story, but they can't always read it. Well, it looks like I got a piece of one. You can see the edge has been worked nice and thin. It's been worked on both sides, but it looks like this area here might have got broke off or used as a scraper. Hard to say, but it's been snapped in half, and that's actually the first flint worked tool or point that I've found so far. So this is looking good, and maybe more will show up. Okay, I switched fields, and it's right nearby. And I think my first good find here is probably a scraper, probably broken scraper, which is probably the lowest form of an artifact, but I don't care. It was fun to find it, and it's a piece of history in your hands. So I'll take it and hope to find more. Okay, now I'm excited. I actually pulled this out thinking it was another chip, like of the thousands that I've seen already, but upon closer examination of this is a perfect, sweet little point. Mostly all there. I think maybe a little ding off the tip, but they all have them out here. And look at that. Nice little base notches on there. That's different than anything I've ever found here, so boy am I excited to have this. Just goes to show that they're still here, and I'm going to keep looking for a while longer. We have daylight now, another extra hour in the evening, and I'm practicing my social distancing. I think that I'm at least a half mile from the nearest human being, so that ought to be good enough. Shouldn't be able to pick up any diseases that way. So, very happy to find this, and I'm going to keep looking. I think there could be more. So I'll be back. Okay, I got another thing that could possibly be a point. I'm not going to guarantee this one because I've got faked by a lot that look like this. So let's find out together. Let's see what we got here. And that's just what it is. A real good faker. But at least it keeps me sharp, keeps my eyes tuned into the ground. And I'll pick these up all day if it means I find a couple arrowheads. So be back if I find something. Well, my next find's a real heartbreaker. I can see from here that this is a beautiful point, but it's missing the tip. But that sure is a nice one. If I was that Indian that made this, I'd probably resharpen that and continue to use it. Not that I will, even though I could. I'm pretty happy to find this. This is a good sign that there might be more here. Usually this place gets pounded. So lucky I came out today to check it out and see if anything was left for me to find. So that's my last one. Hopefully we get a few more. A lot of field here. Lots of field. I'll be back. Okay, I know this looks like just an ordinary flake, but to me I love to find these, and I've talked about this before. This flake is not just any ordinary reduction flake. This is what we call an overshot flake. Now it was struck right here on this end, and it went all the way across the piece and took out the side. So this was how wide it was at one time, this whole flake. But when it went across there, it had so much energy that it removed part of the other side, causing what we call an overshot. So I thought you'd find that interesting. I absolutely love finding these. I've done this myself many times, and it's kind of cool to see that they did it back then. Now I'm really excited. I found something that looks to be all there. I can't see all of it, but I think that this is a complete point, and it is a beauty. Let's check this out together. Oh my gosh. That is fantastic. So that makes two that this field has given up. And I'm not planning on going home for a while, so I'm hoping to maybe find a couple more. But if I don't, this one right here is amazing. It's going to go good with that other one I found and that broke. So very, very good day. And I'm glad I decided to do this and see what else I can find. So I'll be back. Well, it looks like I got a biface or a tool or something here. It's a pretty nice material. Oh yeah, that's all worked on both sides. Definitely a good knife. And it could have been a preform for maybe a basal corner notch point. One would never know because it was lost and I found it probably 5,000 years later. So that's a pretty cool find. Absolutely love things like this. Love the tools. Well, there was no question to me what this was. I could just barely see the dimple in there. Just barely see that there. And there's one on this side, and look at the end. Both ends show that it was used as a hammerstone. This is the makings of a bi-pitted hammerstone, pitted on both sides. And I'm really glad to find one here because I haven't found one of these in a while like this. The round stone, I got the other one earlier that was more of a squared off piece, but this is a dandy. So this one's coming home with me, and I'm going to keep looking for a little longer. It's just too hard to leave. Okay, here's a quick wrap-up of what I found this afternoon. Not too bad. I got a whole bunch of neat things. Of course, these two hammerstones on the end. You can see the pits pretty clearly in these. And there's the good arrowheads, and that's a thumb scraper that's been in a fire because it's pot-lidded and all the heck. That's just another scraper, and then some tools here, and then below that is a couple overshot flakes. Here's a pile of all kinds of historic stuff and flakes from flint knapping, just all kinds of neat stuff. So all in all, it was a very successful hunt, and I hope I can get back there sometime and do another search. So that's it from this time, and thanks for watching.